Okay, so we're back here, and basically I do. I have a couple spinnerbaits here. I have one with the Colorado blades on it. This is, cause a little bit more thump in the water. And then this one here, it's got a combination of a Colorado and a willow. You just can burn this a little bit faster, it comes to the water a little bit better, and it also has more of that bait fish type profile, so it'd be more for like a clear water situation. Then I have a buzzbait here, as well as a chatterbait. And what I like to do is I like to put flash on them. So this is a Terminator spinnerbait, and they don't come like this with the flash on it like that. You got to put it on there yourself. So you can do both sides of the blade, or you can just do one side. These are scales, so if you look in here, I mean, you can literally see blues, greens, yellows, purples, like every color. So whatever color that the bass are keying in on is probably going to be in this flash. So it really helps out a lot more. So these are more like scales, so that'd be, whoops, more for like a bigger type fish. Not bigger type fish, but more for, more scaly type fish like bass and stuff like that. If they're feeding on bass and shad and that kind of stuff. If they're feeding on trout, I like to go with more of like a glittery type look. And you can even put some black dots all over here, and stuff like that. On these spinnerbaits and stuff, you could throw some black dots on there. If you threw it just on the metal that's on there, it'd probably just come right off, but you can actually get it to stay by putting on the sticker. So you can get this stuff at a lot of different tackle warehouses and stuff, or you can just order it online. But different ones are for different things. Basically, what I like to do is I like to find the one, during the sun, and when the sun's out, I like to find the one that catches my eye the most, and the one that catches my eyes the most on this is this one right here. I mean, this is just, it's got a little bit of everything, and that one and this one here. This one here is okay, and, and it works pretty good. But what I don't like about it is it doesn't stick as good, and you can see it doesn't stay clear as good. I mean, if you have these on top of these and they're rubbing, I mean, I can see this is just dull looking that way. So I guess I thought a good deal. It's still flashy, and I've caught lots of fish off of these. If you're in clear water and you're trying to pull fish up from long ways or something, this works really good because of the size of the the prisms on there, the size of them. It shoots a longer beam to where they can see it a lot more. Or if you have super muddy water, these work good because of the bigger flash. This here, I mean, you can use this for real murky water too, but they just don't see it as far because these things are so tiny. It's more just kind of like reflective onto there, as not so much as shooting like a far distance. This one right here is a little bit of best of both worlds. You get, the flash and, and it shoots it a little bit further, And this here is just gold blade, so, or gold flash. So these two here are the same, but this is more for like a clear water application, and this is more for, like a murky water application. But you can play with the two. I mean, you can put, this Terminator bait came like this. It came with silver one on the front, gold on the, or silver on the back, gold in the front. So you can, put the silver on the silver, the gold on the gold, however you want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this because some of those flashes, some of these ones, this one here and this one here, sometimes it's a little too much for clear water. So it depends what you're fishing. And what I've done is I've put this right over the top of this one here because I'm fishing murky water in a lake, and then we go down the other side of the lake and it's clear water. So all you do is you take that layer off, pull it off, and then that one's still there. So you're not sitting here redoing a leaf or anything like that. You can even pre-cut these out. You can put this on the back here, take your pair of scissors and pre-cut a stack out, and keep them with your spinner baits or keep them in a Ziploc or something like that. So that way when you're out on the water, it's not a hassle to have to to put flash on your blades. You just peel it off or stick it on. Same with this right here. I think this is a Reaction Innovations, I'm not really sure, but I drilled the holes in it as well as put this flash on it, and it just gives it a little more something, you know. I mean, I don't care if it's the dark side of this or it's the light side, you're always getting a flash. It's just which one's brighter or not, you know. So that's pretty cool. Also, you can do it to these here. This is original chatterbait, but you know, and this right here already came with it. And what this looks like is it basically looks like this, but smaller pieces. So those little smaller bits, dang, my dogs keep bumping my camera. These smaller pieces right here will show, but it's not going to reflect for that far. So if you're fishing this and you're trying to get those bass' attention from further away or in super murky water, you wouldn't want the tinier pieces. You want more of the bigger pieces, so you get bigger flashes projecting further away. So we'll just do one real quick here, since you guys are with me right here. Got my scissors. Put this in the back here. Looks like that's good enough for 2. So I'll go ahead and cut it right in half. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory how to do this. But one thing I do recommend though when you do this is get like a microfiber or something like so, and get all the oils off, so that way you ensure that it's going to stick longer. A microfiber, that's what it's made for, is to remove oils and collect dirt. So you can put a quick tiny bit of heat on here. If you're putting this on there and you happen to get like a bubble or something, you know, you can put a little tiny bit of heat on there, but you got to be careful. You don't really want to use an actual Bic lighter because it leaves black soot on there. And another trick to help you keep this on there is rub the edges with, you know, with something real quick. And then what that does is it really keeps it on there a lot better on the edges. And you can see how it even sometimes cuts it right off for you, where you don't even have to scissor it off. But it just depends on how sharp the edge of that blade is. So now I've got flash on the front and I've got flash on the back. So those fish are going to see this, you know. There's not going to be when you have just one, you know, I even put on this little one right here, but when you have just one right here, I mean, look at these aren't so bad because you can see they're imprinted on, but even though they have that print, that's really not that much flash compared, I mean, look at the difference, you know. So, you know, use this modification, and I guarantee you will catch more fish. Guarantee you. I'm from Southern California, and there's lots of shad in the water down there. And even though I'm in Nevada now, you know, I started out fishing Texas rig and a spinnerbait, and ever since I know that these fish are reacting to the flash. I know that's the first thing they're seeing is that flash. So I figured I thought to myself, well, if there's a way to up that flash, you can not only call bass from further away, but just more of a 360-degree area, because you're getting flashes from every different angle instead of just one flash here and there when it hits the light. Sometimes you have fish on, you know, you'll have the sun coming from this way onto a cover this way, and you know, if you're pulling your spinnerbait right in here, the sun is going to reflect off of this side but not this side, because there's no sun. But when you have these, you do get reflection, because that reflection, these little tiny prism stuff, will pick up any kind of light. So do that mod, and I promise you'll catch more fish. So thank you guys for watching. This is Bassanglers Anonymous. My name is Billy, and just another mod. I'll have another mod for you guys shortly, or maybe just a fishing video or something like that. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and let's talk fishing. You guys take it easy.